voice forever. There we go. So this week for science, I was looking up female body parts,
For
and
science, huh?
I'm in chemistry.
What
Um,
does that have to do with female anatomy?
anyways, so for science, I was looking up female body parts, and they're talking about the clitoris and how when a woman is horny, it does actually stand kind of erect. Not like we're not talking like penis erect, but like erect. And then I couldn't stop thinking of myself with a penis and how I would just be walking around with a giant boner all the time. And I'm like, this this is not good.
But
Yeah,
if
boyfriend
you're
is now cowering in a corner. but
but
but think of it, like
you're talking to two dudes here. I think we know how the boner things should work.
well, that's what I'm trying to figure out is that like would I actually be walking around with a giant boner all the time or would it be
Well, it depends. There's a certain point in your life where yes, you do because you can't control it yet. And
Yes, this is
usually for
called.
most guys, it's between the ages of 12 and 14, and that's when you see gentlemen carrying books in front of their crotch as they walk down the halls of their junior high school.
Yes. You
but
don't see many men as they get out of puberty where they can't control it.
as someone I guess I'm just constantly in puberty then because I'm just like ooh sexy times.
And it's kind of a matter of mind over matter, I guess, because you can make it turn off.
Yeah, you just have to think of the right stimulus or non-stimulus, as it were.
Yeah, I mean, what is it? There's that whole Austin Powers line. Think on 60 thoughts. Think on 60 thoughts, and it works.
Dead grandma, dead grandma, dead grandma, dead grandma.
Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold day. That was the other line from Austin Powers, if I
Yeah.
remember right.
But lady
We'll get
boners.
that to
I mean,
make it on a
gave a
cold
whole
day.
new term to lady boner to me, and then I couldn't stop giggling, and then people started looking at me weird.
Oh, started looking at you
Started?
weird?
Well, never really stopped looking at me weird, I guess.
I knew it!
I guess that is my story of the day is lady boners. Hooray for lady boners.
Indeed.
Indeed.
They're not a myth, gentlemen. They're not a myth.
They're not. Lady boners are real.
I'll take your word for it, I guess.
I feel sorry for your girlfriend.
Um, okay.
Somebody
Sorry.
needs to draw Chris a map. Show him where the little man in the boat is.
Oh, don't worry. There's no map drawing required. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
He's got
I will
GPS on his phone.
I will send everybody the Ojoy sex toy, which is one of my favorite comics ever about sex. I will send everybody the how to eat out a female if needed. I have boyfriend cowering in the corner.
I'm so confused what's going on now. This is going to be, this week is
Not
6
making
o'clock.
you uncomfortable, and I'm laughing. That's what's going on.
We're going to call this Sex Talk with Naki and just let her run Lady Boner Talk. I don't know.
No, I want Erica Moen, the woman who writes Ojoy sex toys, Erica Moen, and I met her at C22 year one, and I didn't know what I was saying, so I just kind of stumbled over my words, and I think she thinks I'm crazy now.
Thanks.
But there's a good, I mean, obviously. But I mean, like, it was when she was just doing Dar, which is her biography comic. She didn't start Ojoy Sex Toy till last year, I believe, maybe 2 years ago. But Ojoy Sex Toy is great because not only does it teach about like sex toys and things like that, and it takes away the taboo, but it also does like things like it does like like how to suck a dick or how to eat pussy or things that you wouldn't think of. So because it's straight up sex talk and how to have sex.
Interesting.
Nice. And
Yes.
vaginal hubris.
And vaginal hubris. Lady boners.
I have no idea what's going on right now. I really don't.
You've lost all control,
Lucky, I think
Chris.
you broke Chris.
That would imply I had control to begin with on here, which I
Hey,
never did.
every week you
You
ask
are
me for a
not
story,
in
and every
control
week I
anymore.
give you a news story, and this week was lady boners. That's what you get this week.
Thank you.
I have no Tim Tom update because
Yes.
he thrown out of the out of the out of the room.
See, that's what I was
Yeah, you
hoping
always
for
say
was a Tim Tom
really-
update.
Well, Tim Tom will be back, I'm sure. I mean, it's not like we can keep him out for long. So
He's gonna Falcon punch a bitch when he gets
he
back.
really is. Like Tim
Yeah.
Tom is gonna suck
He
a
will
punch.
return with his rage.
Yeah, he's probably full of rage.
Yeah.
Tiny
gonna
fist of
die.
fury.
How did Naki die? She was disemboweled by Tim Tom.
Okay, I would pay money to see this. So,
With an uppercut.
With an uppercut and a plastic spoon.
like when he uppercuts you, you just see your head get removed and a Cylon spine go with it. How awesome would that be?
I'm glad we're all imagining my death now. I feel so great.
it's an interesting idea. I mean, what?
I hate you all so much. I'm gonna cut
Oh,
a bit.
let's hear the
What?
first woman to say she hates me, Naki. Come on.
I'm gonna channel my inner Adahay.
Maybe the first
I'm gonna
today.
cut a bitch.
Yeah, that's because this is the first woman I've talked to today.
Yeah.
Girlfriend's not awake yet.
She is not awake yet. I'm slightly jealous.
Well, we all decided that this early ass show would be what we do, and here it is, early ass on a Sunday morning.
So I wasn't paying attention, and there's been all sorts of stuff going on in the chat room. Draftsman said, Naki, if you're lucky, you'd be a giant boner, in reference to your lady boner.
It would be giant. You have no idea.
And then Draftsman also said, we are all crazy. I am Scream, you Scream, the girls scream and scream for lady boners.
Yay!
Lady boners for everybody.
It's a good thing we're an explicit podcast, isn't it?
Probably. If we didn't have the
Yeah,
explicit
fucking
tag, I would
right.
not be telling this story.
Yeah, you would.
Fuck a duck. Fuck a duck, screw
So-
a kangaroo, finger bang an orangutan, orgy at the zoo.
I'm going to
Okay,
cut off
so
this
totally.
musical interlude and say, looking at the time now, maybe we should start to do something productive, eh? And yeah, I totally dropped an A on you. And by productive, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I can actually tie all this explicit into my news of the week.
So that's our cue to roll into news of the week.
Yay!
Fuck a duck, screw a kangaroo,
No, it's
finger bang
news,
an
not
orangutan,
singing. It's
orgy
news.
at the zoo. He tries so hard.
I try to bring structure sometimes.
I still want to just pull up a soundboard right now just to keep fucking with him.
No soundboards.
No, it's a terrible idea. Alright, so my news of the week is, guess what, guys? Fantastic Four is being rescheduled. And guess what it's being rescheduled for?
Your mom.
Oh, what the shit, Chris?
For the fact that we don't want another handy-cam handheld movie.
Yeah, but it's being rescheduled for Deadpool the movie. Dun 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 dun. The internet got its
Well, what?
wishes. As
No,
if you
so
for
far, half a wish.
half a wish. Now, what has come out, according to Comic Book, is that it will be PG-13. Womp womp.
You can still do Deadpool and make a PG-13. You just can't have all the blood. Basically, is what it comes down to. Then.
Yeah, and
That's
I mean
my
we
take.
can we can handle the explicit stuff over here. Like we'll just be like, fuck. What was that for? Deadpool, and then just walk away. Totally legit. Dead
Yeah.
air. Yes.
Actually, I think the bigger thing here is not the fact that Deadpool is coming, but the fact that Fantastic Four, which is already filmed, they've completed filming on, is evidently so bad they have to push it back to revisit.
Yeah.
I think that is kind of the bigger story here, is that they had Deadpool in their back pocket. I know the fanboys will want to see that, but something is seriously wrong with Fantastic Four if they've already filmed it and they've delayed it.
Like
That much.
Well,
honestly,
what's sad too is, yeah, the director is amazing. fucking Chronicle was awesome, and I love Michael B. Jordan, but yeah, everybody else involved in that movie just seems like a bad idea.
Well, and then there's also the clamoring. There's no real draw for Fantastic Four. People don't really like, other than us diehard comic book fans who know Fantastic Four, there really is no calling for it.
But there should be.
There should be.
How many people love
isn't.
The Incredibles?
Yeah, I mean that's
How
basically.
many people went gaga over The Incredibles, which is the fucking Fantastic Four?
But that's the thing, is that while there should be some sort of like demand for it, there is none. There's no demand for Fantastic Four. There is demand for Deadpool.
Clone Freak brings up a good point in the chat room. He said, the Deadpool movie, they will spray rainbows from their wounds. I wouldn't be shocked if they did do something like that and then it had some kind of break the fourth wall moment.
I want glitter.
That would work too.
Those were some good covers.
No, I mean, part of the problem, though, is, like you guys said, Fantastic Four is not really that popular anymore, and strangely enough, the book is actually pretty good. I'm getting caught up on it right now. It's just people don't care about the Marvel's first family right now.
It's not what's hot, quote unquote.
Well,
it is not the thing that people are talking about. People are talking about the death of Wolverine, and they're talking about the X-Men, and they're talking about Deadpool, and they're talking about, you know, all the Avengers stuff. They're not talking about Fantastic Four because the Fantastic Four movies were terrible.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. The Fantastic Four movies were trash.
You know, and as much as I would love to see the Fantastic Four done right, I don't want a shaky cam movie. That'd be terrible.
Well, I mean, that being said, we don't know that he was going to go shaky cam on that. That's
we don't, but they've kind of speculated that fact, that that's what they were going to do.
Yeah, because he made a successful one before, and nobody in Hollywood thinks anybody can ever change and do something different and still make it good.
Yes.
So it's just while I would love to see a really well done Fantastic Four movie, I don't think the one that's coming is it.
Oh, you know how you'll get a well done Fantastic Four movie when the rights revert back to Marvel eventually.
Well, yeah.
If they don't put the movie out.
That's the upside of this. Yeah, they have a certain amount of time to get that movie out in theaters. They keep fucking around and shit gets delayed enough, Marvel gets their rights back.
Yeah, I mean, there's a new person in the chat room. We have Titty Roger in the chat room who's here for the boners. He mentioned no one cares about Fantastic Four because it's just terrible.
I mean...
Clone Freak wants more Doom riding surfboards.
Nice.
Surfboards?
The FF isn't terrible. The FF has 70 years of great stories to tell. You just have to get the right people telling that story in a movie.
Right. I mean, Fantastic Four really could have a fantastic movie.
Pun intended.
Pun intended. But they didn't give it to him. They gave him special effects and lack of story where
effed up Galactus.
Really fucked up Galactus.
Dust Storm Galactus. Because I mean, that's the Incredibles proved to me that there is an audience out there for a good Fantastic Four movie. Because The Incredibles is 80% of Fantastic Four movie.
Right.
There's very fucking slight changes. It's a family with superpowers, taking care of each other and protecting the world. That's what the FF's been doing since the 1940s. Like there's great FF stories out there. It's getting the right person to put the right script in front of the right director. And then,
but if things are getting delayed that much, then I doubt that that's the movie we're looking for.
Well, I don't know if this is a delay or
there must have been something
that
happened to it.
I mean, like I said though, there's also the call for Deadpool. There's no call for Fantastic Four.
Yeah, but we gotta be careful what we wish for here. I don't know if we're gonna get the Deadpool we were really expecting.
Oh, with them saying that it's going to be PG-13, I doubt we're getting what we're.
You can pull it off as a PG-13, I think, but I don't know. This seems like they're gonna have to rush to make this happen.
Yeah. Well, if they just use the script that they already have, that they said it was done and whatever, and Ryan Reynolds was already like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah, and if they go back to the guys that were working on it, which he said have been still working on it more and have advanced stuff over the last 3 years, he said they've got a bunch of shit ready to go, basically.
So it might already be done. I mean, they might have to film some things, but who knows? We'll see. I mean...
They haven't filmed Dick yet, I mean...
I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited for it because we finally get to see a real Deadpool and not that Wolverine Origins Deadpool that wasn't real.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
The Wade Wilson in that was perfect. The Deadpool was not Deadpool.
I'm cautiously optimistic. While I want to see it, how do you sell Deadpool to the audience at large who doesn't really know who he is to make them want to go in and see it? That's going to be the hard sell, I think.
You do one
Show
trailer
the test footage
to the audience. That's all you need. One fucking trailer where he breaks the fourth wall and talks to the audience and shows you that he's the insane merc with a mouth.
Well, I hope you're right.
I think the general public would fucking gobble that shit up.
I mean, there's a lot, like, even on like things like Imager and like Reddit, they're posting like pages from his comic, and people are like, I want to read this. Where do I read this? And like his comic sales are going up because of things like that. You know, so while he's oversaturated to some of us, and we're just like, oh god, it's Deadpool everywhere. And then you get the cosplayers.
Yeah, but those are all the same people. They're the fans, the people that you're going to go see it already. I mean,
right, but no, what I'm saying is
the appeal to
that,
a broader audience that's tough, is what I'm saying.
Those are the people who are going to generate the buzz, though. They're the people who are going to bring it to the general audience, because they're going to be the ones who are, you know, showing the gifs of them doing stupid things and, you know, things like that. People are going to want to know who Deadpool is. Right.
But don't get me wrong, I hope you're right. I'm just slightly pessimistic because I don't know how easy it's going to be for them to pull off.
Because you're always pessimistic? Because you're a pessimistic fan?
Always pessimistic, but this one's a hard sell. I mean, even as a comic fan, I'm like, this is going to be tough to pull off.
I have faith.
I mean, but people are taking chances across the board. I don't know if you guys had seen, this is my segue into my news, is that CBS finally got themselves a superhero show. They've signed to have a pilot deal for Supergirl.
I heard.
Greg Berlanti, who is the showrunner on Arrow and Flash, will take over as the producer for the show, assuming it happens. We don't know much else other than the fact that they're going to do a pilot. No casting has been done, and that they pretty much have to do a first season because there's significant financial penalties if they don't pick it up for a season when it's all said and done. Other than that, we don't know a damn thing.
Could be awesome. Could be terrible. I've seen Supergirl done both ways. Wait, that's terrible sounding. Hang on.
Giggity?
I've seen Supergirl written as both the awesome Supergirl, where she's, you know, like an actual superhero, and then I've seen her written as a sex pot.
I mean, I will say this, it's got Greg Berlanti at the helm, and he's done Arrow, and he's going to be doing Flash, so I trust what he would do to bring an interesting take on the character to the small screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
It more than likely won't be emo Supergirl.
It's not going to be like Smallville again, I don't think. I don't know how... What I'm curious about is whether they're going to try and cross these over at all with CW, because doesn't Viacom, who owns CBS, own part of CW?
I believe so.
So theoretically, it'd be possible.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, we don't know much other than the fact it's happened. So theoretically, you could have 5 days of... You could have Monday through Friday a superhero show each day of the week going forward.
Yeah, all DC.
Not all.
Right,
Agents of
yeah.
S.H.I.E.L.'s in there.
Well, yeah, but I mean the fact that they're going to have one show on every network on almost every day of the week.
Oh yeah, that's true.
DC is just taking over television. They're like, you know what? We can't do the movies. Marvel has the movies. We're going to take over the weekly fucking TV roster. And just hope that leads to a little bit better ticket sales the next time we fucking put a film out.
I hope that they start doing, well, not that DC is known for their diversity and characters, but I'm hoping that maybe they'll start like looking at like a Batwoman show, or let's see, what was some of the other characters? You know, Wonder Woman.
No, you can't do
Batwoman, Wonder Woman.
Too difficult.
I know they tried the Wonder Woman show, and then they were like,
bad.
no.
It was bad.
Kaliki didn't look bad. Her costume wasn't great, but she didn't look bad in it.
Costume looked like a stripper outfit. It was
Well,
all
yeah,
it was all
Which is
latexy.
apparently apparently, which is what people think Wonder Woman is, and I'm like, what the shit?
I don't mind my Wonder Woman in a stripper outfit. That works.
Wonder Woman's a superhero.
Touche.
And I mean, I have no disrespect to strippers. If that's what you want to do to make money, you do. You do what you want to do. But
you put yourself through college, you single moms, you.
That's not all single moms.
It's a high percentage.
I did not know you knew so many strippers, Anthony.
I was in the Navy for 6 years. I know strippers.
He knows strippers then.
I know strippers globally.
I'm sure he has interesting stripper stories.
He could replace me as the story of the morning.
Possibly.
Most of them are a little long.
And he's married, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, I wasn't then.
He has willingly shackled himself to another human being.
You're just so weird.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, I like you.
Very, very weird.
I like you. Let's put the government involved so you can't leave unless they say it's okay.
Let's try to tolerate each other for decades and see if we can both come out of this alive.
It's a great idea.
I don't know if we'll both come alive, but one of us might. I mean, what?
Yeah. Someone's going to die eventually. All right, well, I can hit my news of the week if we're ready for that. It's just a tiny little thing.
Sorry.
Giggity.
That's what she said.
Giggity.
It's a small article on The Nerdist stating that Warner Brothers is wanting to recruit Training Day writer David Ayer for their Suicide Squad movie. He did Training Day, he did End of Watch as the writer-director. If you've seen either of those movies, I think it would be fucking fantastic. He would be the type of guy that could pull off a group of, 6, 7 supervillains all going out on some crazy-ass mission, expecting not to come back alive.
Now, does that mean we'll see Harley Quinn, or are we talking like?
Well, because if it's a
Harley Quinn Suicide
movie, yeah, it's a question of which lineup. Let's see, well, the lineup has changed frequently over the years. Deadshot usually makes his way into the team somehow. In the current incarnation, it's Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Black Manta, Deathstroke, and Joker's daughter.
I want to make an
Not
Arrow
Dual
reference, but I can't right now.
Is it because I'm actually watching Arrow now?
Yes,
Could
and I
be.
don't want to spoil you.
Yeah, and that would be the other weird thing, yeah, is because there's been reference to the Suicide Squad in DC TV, and if they're not going to cross over with the films, then doing a full Suicide Squad in a movie, it'd be kind of a strange thing. But I don't know, yeah, if that's the writer-director they want to get, if they get him, I would pay money to see that in the theaters right now, because he will turn out a great film. End of Watch, it was fucking spectacular, and I hate handycam films. I can't fucking stand fucking shaky ass Steadicam bullshit. And it
That's
was
the
a
only reason
great
why I haven't
fucking
What are you
watched
movie.
talking about? You don't like shaky cams?
Yeah, I'm a puke all over.
Like, that's the only reason why I haven't watched that movie is because it is a shaky cam, and those make me sick.
Yeah, I hate those, and it's well worth watching because it's an extremely well done film. And fucking Jake Gyllenhaal and the other actor, I can't think of the guy's name, but they both turn in just fucking spectacular performances in it. It's a really good flick. Yeah, it would be something worth watching. I would want to see that movie if they can get David Ayer to do it.
I really like Training Day, so I've got that to go on.
See, I've never seen Training Day.
Oh, Training Day's worth the watch. It's good. Denzel
Yeah, Training
like
Day
killed
is
it.
one of Denzel's best things ever.
Yeah, and I thought, was it Man on Fire? No, it wasn't Man on Fire. It was the one where he's the dad, and his son is dying in the hospital.
John Q.
Yeah, John Q. That one was the one for me. Like, I love that movie.
Yeah, that's probably his most dramatic performance. But yeah, I don't think he's ever been a better badass than he was in Training Day.
I want to see. He has a movie coming out just now. I think it just came out where he's
Equalizer.
another. Yeah, where he's a badass again.
It's a remake of the old Michael Caine TV show.
Nice.
Yeah, it looks cool. There's a good preview where he's actually literally sitting down talking to somebody saying that I promised I would never be that guy again. But for you, I'm going to make an exception.
So speaking of badasses, did you guys see what happened for season 31 of Jeopardy? Oh yeah, Alex Trebek brought the stash back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still not sure that counts as badass.
No, that's badass.
Okay,
Man.
so after
what
you...
is Lipper? Alex, what is Lipper?
So after you put that up, a new thing that Google Plus apparently is doing is it says Chris Farrell, or Farrell, whatever, is presenting, and then all I could think of is like...
Awesome.
the sexy times, and I'm like, no!
Awesome.
Why is this happening?
I have no idea.
Chris Farrell is no longer presenting. What the shit? Why Google Plus? Why?
I don't know. I just wanted to show you
Trying
guys
get your
that,
attention.
that Alex Trebek brought back the badass mustache, which means we have to have more Celebrity Jeopardy on SNL.
Hooray!
Someone bring Will Ferrell back for an episode.
You know he would.
A Clone Freak is brought up in the chat room. People named their
volunteer.
kids Denzel because of Training Day. We missed that comment. I never knew that.
And now we know.
G.I.
I don't doubt it.
Joe. I mean, what?
And probably for lots of other reasons, too.
I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
If people name their kids Denzel, same reason they name their kids cars they can't afford. It's something they'll never have.
I'm never going to name a kid Ferrari.
I'm waiting to get my first kid named Katniss.
There are far too many kids out there.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Mercedes.
Lots of kids were going to name
Oh, yeah.
get named Katniss after the first Hunger Games movie because people are impressionable sheep.
Well, I've gotten Edward and Bella already.
Yeah, there are way too many Bellas now. It's just sad. It's just sad.
People be
No.
original. Don't name your kids after crappy movies. Unless you're
It-
naming your kid like Lucas Skywalker. No kid, no joke. There was this one guy I met. His last name was Walker, and he almost got his wife to buy off on Lucas and then Sky as the middle name.
Nice. That's not bad.
Yeah, that would have been pretty badass. But that makes me
I
a
have-
hypocrite since I just made fun of people naming their kids after Twilight characters.
Yeah. I have the wife convinced if the first kid is a son, his name will be Alexander, and I'm going to call him Lex.
Please don't make his middle name Luther.
No, his middle name will actually be Blair, which is her dad's name because he died.
I'm just impressed that one Big Papa, a.k.a. Steven Jondre, got away with being able to name his kid Grayson, as in Dick Grayson. Well done, Big
That's
Papa.
not bad.
Well done.
I
I like
actually-
that name.
I have a kid in my room whose name's Grayson. He's a little shit, but I mean,
Well, friggin' Martheus Wade from Action Lab and Jeddah Tales of the Toshigawa, him and his wife Janet, they named their first son Anakin.
Oh, poor kid.
Anakin.
He's a cool little kid, though. He likes it. He thinks his name is cool, so.
His name is cool, but man, that's like the worst character from the prequels. That's all I could think.
You just have to be a badass and not let anybody ever call you Annie. They call you Annie, you punch them in the fucking throat.
You fucking pull a Tim Tom and uppercut those motherfuckers.
That's right. Uppercut, bitch! Courtesy of Tim Tom.
Bam!
Why is this happening? Tim Tom, bitch.
Tim
You
Tom.
just been Tim Tom, motherfucker. I apologize for the excessive profanity.
I don't.
I don't. Ever. Not
Tim
even in
Tom.
front of small children.
Tim Tom, bitch.
we went to Dave and Buster's last night. And every time I was swear, like I swore a lot last night too because I was doing terribly in video games, and apparently there was little kids around me every time. Oops, my bad.
Screw them.
Yeah, well, if there's little kids in an arcade bar, that's bad parenting. That's not your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're allowed all ages until like they're allowed all ages until a certain
They wanna
time.
take their kids,
we
they
we
should
went
be
early
accepted.
last night, so we went early so we could bug my sister.
I miss
she
Dave and
works there.
Buster's. I really do. Oh, I did have something I want to talk about. Random news. Did you guys hear that Surge is coming back? Surge Cola?
I had like 6 stories in my
Yeah.
newsfeed on Facebook about that.
We heard about it like right before the Gonna Geek podcast started to record, and you can only buy it on Amazon, I guess. But the best thing ever is some of the Q&As that are on there for Surge Cola. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick.
I don't understand how this is huge news. I thought Surge tasted like ass.
I think it's interesting because it's social media that made it come back.
True. But
Jolt.
Surge never tasted good. Right? Jolt was great.
Yeah. Jolt was cracking a can.
They sold out on Amazon. It immediately sold out when it hit Amazon.com. Once it was restocked again, it then sold out immediately after that. Because the only place you can get it is for... I can't remember where. Shit. I lost my link.
Damn, that's some popular shit.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to find the actual link to the article on Amazon. Aha! Because I wanted to share the Q&As. Because they're freaking glorious. We were sharing those on the Gonna Geek podcast. So if you're on that, well, spoiler alert, you're going to hear these. So question, how is it with vodka? The answer, how is it with vodka, you ask? Great googly moogly, kid. Put this nectar of the gods in vodka and you'll be the life of the party. The most interesting man in the world will fall through the roof and smack you on the buttocks and tell you good game. Women will flock to you because they know you're a man's man. Straight men will turn gay to get with you. See?
That's a bit much.
All right, then.
Some of the Q&As are hilarious.
I just remembered something that is happening that is an actual important news story.
Sure it is. What's up with the real news, then?
Long Beach Comic-Con has announced the Dwayne McDuffie Award. So they're going to start giving out an annual Dwayne McDuffie Award to comic people at the Long Beach Comic-Con, which I think is pretty fucking cool.
That's pretty cool.
Ray Anthony Hyde, the guy who's the artist and creator of Midnight Tiger for Action Lab, saw that article and reposted it and said, I now know the only award in comics I want to win.
That's a good one.
Yeah. See what? Then it'll be September 27th is the Long Beach Comic Con, or the award will be announced September 27th at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time. Yeah, so they're doing it the Saturday of the Long Beach Con. So we're going to find out who the inaugural winner of the Dwayne McDuffie Award will be next Saturday.
Spoiler alert, it's me.
I was like, I'm not sure how to transition off of this story because it's a good one and it's serious, but thank you, Naki. To go to weird news, because I meant to talk about this one. Did you guys see that there is a petition to put a statue of Wolverine up at Edmonton City Hall?
Hells yes. And I think it's awesome.
I don't know if it's actually going to happen, but the full text of the petition was, not many popular, exciting fictional characters are born Canadian, but superhero and adventurer Wolverine isn't just Canadian, he's an Albertan too. I think it would make a lot of people proud to live in Edmonton and raise morale to erect a life-size statue of this character in City Hall, or perhaps Churchill Square or the Alberta Legislature grounds. It would also become an interesting tourist attraction for comic book fans visiting our city. So Edmonton, you make a Wolverine statue, I'll make it there one day. I'm just going to say.
And I think it really would be awesome if it was, like, truthfully life-size, like 5'3", like he's supposed to be in the comics. Just a little badass furball. It'd be amazing.
The question is, do they go with the comics representation, or do they try to make it look like Hugh Jackman?
You know that they're going to try and make it look like... But you know that they're going to try to make it look like Hugh Jackman.
Well, they better not.
He's gonna
or
go
Anthony
straight.
will cut a bitch.
He's gonna go straight up Tim Tom on their asses if they make it look like Hugh Jackman.
Fuck that bitch! I'll melt a bitch. I'll get a blowtorch, go up there and fucking melt that bitch down until it's 5'3".
How are you gonna do that? He's made of adamantium.
The statue won't be.
Yes, it will. It's got to be a faithful representation.
I highly doubt it.
Shut up, you.
You shut up. You just shut your whore mouth, Shannon, and give me my cookies.
Oh.
I want cookies. Can I have cookies?
I like cookies.
Cookies.
I definitely want
Cookies for cookie. That's good enough for me.
Hashtag Team Cookie Dog.
So I'm running out of stories. I only got 2 left in the can.
We could talk about the J.J. Abrams, Zack Snyder Twitter feud.
Yeah, you bring that one up. You're in charge of that one, Naki.
Yay!
Nice.
I am doing things. So, over this past week, I think it's just been like this past week. I don't actually know. Boyfriend showed me the article for it yesterday, but apparently on Twitter, Zack Snyder and oh god, pup dog. Oh god, attack. Oh god. Sorry, I was attacked by a pup dog. So, it started with Zack Snyder, I believe. What was it? Was it R2? Okay, so anyways, there's one part where there's R2-D2 is walking with Batman. There is a stormtrooper getting arrested. There is for stealing the Batmobile. There was like they're just tweeting these pictures back and forth at each other, like trying to prove like who has the better. One of them, Superman was in a was in a Sith robe. What else was there?
I don't know. I haven't been paying much attention on this side of stuff. So you're the expert here, Naki.
The Millennium Falcon, Naki.
Well, I haven't gotten to that part yet because it all ended. It all ended when J.J. Abrams took a little like GoPro camera. It looked like I watched it on a phone, so I didn't get a really good look at the video. But took a camera and starts filming the Millennium Falcon, and he's like doing all the details of it, and you can see everything, all the little nooks and crannies. But then he goes under the Falcon and looks up, and there is a Nolan version of the Batmobile camouflaged into the Falcon on the underneath of it.
Yeah,
so J.J.
Tumblr
Abrams just won that.
I did
That
like
war
the
has been
Zack
won.
Snyder one though, when they said the Batmobile had been stolen, and they put up the picture of the clone trooper being arrested, and just I guess the text on it just said "case closed."
I did
Yeah.
actually see that one. That was pretty good.
But it's a little Twitter feud that was happening, or not really a Twitter feud, but you know what I mean.
A little back
That I
and forth,
found
a little
amusing.
tet-a-tet.
Yeah, I thought it was amusing.
Ugh.
So yeah, that's
They gotta do
mine.
everything they can to keep us excited for Superman 5 Batman, because it's another 2 years.
God only knows, man. At least we got Avengers coming up.
Avengers.
Damn right.
Yeah. If you
Avenge
guys,
me.
if you guys haven't seen it,
With
Marvel Studios
James
/ Disney
Spader.
did release the official synopsis on the film. You can find that over at GonnaGeek.com or just on the web. I'm not going to read it. Calm down. It doesn't tell you anything you didn't already know. I'll tell you that much. But the question I
I
want
figured
to
as
bring
much.
up,
I just refused to click on it.
the question I was going to bring up to you guys is, when do you think we're getting the trailer for this? If you had to theorize,
Probably with Big Hero 6.
that's the only thing I could
I was
think
gonna
of
say, yeah.
because
I was like,
there's no
what's
other
the
big
next
Disney
film?
movie between now and then.
Yeah, it's got to be Big Hero 6 then.
And then I'm thinking that with Avengers, you get the first Star Wars trailer.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Possibly. Yeah, if they can pull that off and have it timed out correctly, that would be like a huge nerdgasm. People going to see Avengers and they get to see the Star Wars 7 trailer, fucking heads will explode.
The only thing that would piss me off is knowing my luck. My movie theaters here don't always have the same trailers for some reason. I would go to see Avengers and not get Star Wars 7. It would piss me the fuck off.
Yeah, that shit sucks.
I would be sitting there like, you sons of bitches. And then probably some more in-depth profanity.
Yay, profanity. That's our favorite on this show.
Hell yeah.
A little bit, maybe.
Fuck a duck through a kangaroo. You're banging a ring-a-ting, an orgy at the zoo.
What? Why do you want to go to an orgy at the zoo so bad?
See, I always heard it was support your local zoo, was how we always ended when we were kids.
Oh, really? I was taught it's orgy at the zoo. But support your local zoo is better, I think.
Fuck a duck, screw a kangaroo, finger bang and orangutan, support your local zoo. Hey!
These are the deep questions we get into here.
I'm sorry, everyone.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Poor Chris, he just can't stop us from singing children's songs.
I always
That's
like
a
the
Tim
ass
Tom
song.
classic right there, bitches. That is a Tim Tom classic.
With a little green frog one day. With a little green frog. With a little green frog one day. And his eyes went to Hong Kong with the big bag truck one day. Splish splash with a little green frog. And his eyes went.
Wait, what? I can't hear you.
Oh, damn! Someone got muted!
Aww. And now we're sad forever. Not really.
I just wanted to remind you guys that I have the unlimited power.
He has the power.
You have power inside Google Hangouts.
I
That
do.
is not unlimited power.
What are you
That is
talking about?
extremely limited power.
Well, he also does the editing too, so he could just.
I don't know what he's
Be
talking
the
about.
one.
He just stopped talking all of a sudden.
Sign language, bitch! Sign language!
But sign language doesn't help our podcast listeners.
Finger across your neck means you die.
Now I'm sad.
Aw.
You know what
Chris
makes
is
me...
gonna be murder killed.
But you guys know what makes me feel better? Realizing how many damn comic book shows we have coming out on TV. Or returning soon.
There's
Yeah.
so many.
Nice segue, see?
There's so many.
Newsarama has a really good story. It's their comic book TV guide. I was going to try and walk us through at least part of that since there wasn't a crap ton of news.
Nice.
But there's a ton of stuff
Let's
going up. The first thing in their list, because they're starting like Sunday through Saturdays, I think is how they're doing their lineups. On Sundays at 9 p.m., starting again on October 12th, you'll have The Walking Dead back for Season 5.
Nah.
I'm kind of excited because they ended Season 4 really well after getting bored.
I'm still waiting for 4 to pop up on Netflix. That's the one thing I love is when the new season starts, the whole last season shows up on Netflix, and I just watch it all at once.
I enjoyed parts of Season 4. There are parts I did not like. If you want to hear my opinions on Season 4, go check out WTWD Radio Free Woodbury, part of the Gonna Geek Network. Ooh.
And am I the only one reading the book still?
I'm really behind on the book.
I never
Okay,
really
so-
got into the book.
I'm completely current on the book. I've got every issue past 25, I think. And so, yeah, the book
nice.
just took another giant jump forward, like a year and a half into the future. So it's so much easier now to differentiate between the show and the book because they're not even close to being the same story anymore.
That's good. I mean, I finished All Out War, I think, is where I had taken a break. So I'm sort of
Yeah,
caught up.
after all that, where they jump forward
Yeah.
like a couple years into the future.
I haven't read any of that yet, but I will say I have enjoyed the Walking Dead books, in many cases more so than the TV show, but they're two different. It's like comparing apples and oranges, though, anymore.
Yeah,
The characters have the
it
same
took me a
names, but-
while to split it in my head though, because the show was bugging me so much. But yeah, now it's not even close to being the same thing.
Yeah.
The show's basically an alternate universe.
Exactly. So the next show we're going to have on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have Gotham, which starts this Monday.
Hooray!
I'm intrigued. I don't know if it's going to be good.
But here's the problem with Fox: is if I like something, it's gone.
Yeah, if it's good and it's on Fox, it'll get a year.
We call that the Firefly effect.
Yep. Which was just suffered by Almost Human, which was a great show.
But Fringe lasted.
That's because it was
But you know
J.J.
what
Abrams.
Yeah, it's because it's J.J. Abrams.
No one thought that was gonna last. So
If they can get Bad Robot to produce Gotham, then we might have something.
It's possible. I mean,
But
seriously.
yeah, with the cast of characters, there's no reason that show shouldn't be fantastic. So it's all going to be finding out how well the scripts are written for the show.
Yeah, and we're not going to know that right away. It's going to take some time to see how that show actually develops. This is one of those ones I'm taking a wait-and-see approach. I'll watch it, but at this point, I'm kind of meh about it until I see whether I like it or not.
I gotta set up my DVR for that one. I have to set up my DVR for a lot of these shows actually.
It's Batman prequel, and they can't have Batman in it, so...
Could be good, could be terrible. We'll
I'm
see.
intrigued by Ben McKenzie as Jim Gordon, because he was really good when I was watching Southland.
And if any of you remember, it was Greg Rucka did Gotham Central.
Yep.
They can do a show just about gun cops and make it damn good because that comic had some great stories in it. And Batman showed up like a couple panels, every couple of issues. But most of the time, Bats wasn't in it, and it was a great book.
So that gets us up through Monday. On Tuesday nights, you get 2 shows, actually. First, you're going to have Flash at 8 p.m. Eastern on the CW, which I don't know about you guys. I'm excited.
Oh, hell yeah.
I still haven't seen the Flash episode, so I don't know what I'm looking at
Did
yet.
you watch the trailer for the Flash?
I've seen the one where Arrow shoots an arrow at him.
Okay, have you seen like the 5-minute first look at the Flash? That one's that's what got me hooked.
No.
And then I have talked to people who watched the leaked episode, and they said it was really good, but I refused to watch the leaked episode.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen anything for it yet. I'll still set it up so that I have something to watch, but... When does that start? Does that start soon?
October 7th is when this one premieres. It'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Alright, I'll set up my DVR closer to that
and
one.
we're reuniting at least half the cast of Prison Break as Rogues Gallery, so...
I know, that's awesome. Fantastic, right? So your other Tuesday night show at 9 p.m. premiering this week is Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2. I want it to be better. It ended on a really high note.
Yeah. It progressed better throughout the season, and there was nothing better than their last episode.
Clark
or the
Gregg
last 2 episodes.
Clark Gregg gave a short description of Season 2. He said it's going to be lo-fi, you're going back to basics. You've got to rebuild S.H.I.E.L.D. from the ground up in a much more dangerous world where the group is outlawed. So it feels like the early Sean Connery James Bond with the brass knuckles and not afraid to knock somebody off. So they're not going to have all those cool toys anymore. I'm intrigued.
And giant planes with giant logos of a
outlaw organization. I want to know what happens to Ward. His character became incredibly interesting at the end of Season 1 to me.
Well, I think that's a lot of the promo media materials is what will he become, and it's all about what's going to happen with Ward.
They have a chance to make him very interesting, but with all of the guest stars and stuff that's coming in there, I don't know how much screen time he's going to get. They're staying very much on the ensemble route, except they're going to continue shoving Skye down our throat because they love that character.
And because she's hot.
Well, she's hot, but her character is kind of boring.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Anywho. So,
I got Fitz and Simmons for interesting. I got Skye for hot.
That's true. So, Wednesday nights, starting back up on October 8th, we've got Arrow back for Season 3.
Yes!
Yay.
He has not failed this city.
They have not. I love they're bringing that line back for Season 3, though.
Sick fucking show.
And I will say, if you guys haven't seen yet, Comixology has Arrow 2.5 they're putting out. It is the bridge between Seasons 2 and 3 of Arrow. I've only read the first issue. Pretty good. I like where they're hinting at things.
Nice.
And don't forget, we have this show also covered for you, as well as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on the Gonna Geek Network. If you want to hear Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. talk, listen to Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. And if you want Arrow, check out the Starling Tribune. Because what I'm trying to hint at you guys here is, most of these TV shows we're going to cover on the network. In fact, we're even doing Gotham. I forgot the Gotham Gazette had just launched. See? What you should learn here is go to GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
There'll be mad comic book TV podcasting going on the Gonna
There
Geek.
is. So our only gap right now during the week without a comic book show is Thursday night, which I assume is where CBS will drop Supergirl after football season if they pick it up. So if we go to Friday night, premiering on October 24th, we have Constantine on NBC. It'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern. We've talked about it a little bit. The dude looks just like John Constantine from the comics.
Yep.
Will he have the sassy British attitude, though?
Maybe.
He's supposed to have that and the accent, but saying to TV executives, he will not smoke and he will not be bi.
Well, they're away from smoking on most things anymore, so that doesn't shock me.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't shock me, but I don't understand why he still can't be bi. I mean, technically, he's had sex with a ghost, so I don't understand why.
NBC's the same network that when they did a show that had a gay couple starring in the starring role, put a warning disclaimer at the start of every episode.
That's true.
That's how scared NBC is of offending anybody. It's pathetic how scared they are.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hooray!
So I guess the other series that's already out, I haven't watched any of it. The Strain on FX is continuing on Sunday nights at 10 p.m., which is based off of Guillermo del Toro's book, I believe, and a comic done by Dark Horse Comics.
Yes.
I read
And
the first
The
book.
wife's reading the book. I've read the first comic.
Yeah, I read the first book, and then I didn't pick up any of the ones after that.
I'm told that it's pretty good, but I have not watched it.
Yeah, so we've got a little more on the list here. We'll go another 5 minutes on this, then we'll start wrapping up. Other series that have already been picked up. We know Agent Carter will be starting on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. goes on mid-season break.
Yes.
I'm excited for that one. And if you haven't seen it, go check out the Marvel one-shot Agent Carter. That'll give you a great idea of what the series is going to be about, and it looks pretty damn good. Especially if they keep
Hydra
going.
Shield.
Yeah. This should explain how Hydra gets integrated into S.H.I.E.L.D., one would think. Who knows? Also, coming up, it has been signed, or they've gotten their first season, but we don't know when it'll be airing, but it's on the CW. We have iZombie. I don't know much on that one, I'll be honest.
iZombie is pretty interesting. I like the comic.
It's a cool concept.
I don't know how they're going to make... Well, it could be just like another cop show, but it could be really well done, or it could be shitty.
That's what TV needs right
I think
now.
it's going to be more
cop
like
shows.
True Calling.
Yeah, it's going to be closer to True Calling, I think.
Because basically, isn't that she has to eat brains to stay somewhat like functioning as an almost human. Because the hungrier she
Right.
gets, the more zombie-like she gets. But when she eats brains, it basically tells her like what happened to the person, and then she feels the need to go solve their murder, basically.
Yep. And she's a mortician, so that's how she has these easy access to brains.
Interesting.
Yes, I'm thinking Zombie True Calling is what the TV show is going to be.
That's how I feel it's going to be, and I didn't mind True Calling. I think it could have taken off if they had given it the chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it had Elijah Dushku.
Yeah.
So we also know there's all the Marvel series on Netflix will be coming sometime in 2015. We're assuming we've got Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and the Defenders. We've talked about those before. They're way off on the horizon, but this just gives you an idea of how much more superhero stuff's coming to your TV, be it cable or Netflix or whatnot.
Superhero stuff.
And the thing I'm loving about them is every casting announcement they've made has been fucking spectacular.
Yes.
I just really want to find out who's going to be Power Man and Iron Fist.
I'm really...
That's a duo that has to be fucking perfect.
Yep. Also coming at some point that there's no date announced, Powers will be coming to the PlayStation Network.
Oh yeah, I saw they released the picture of the actors in like costume.
Yep.
I've never read Powers.
God, there's a ton of
Powers
stuff on
is
here.
spectacular. It's a great book. That was two of the books I picked up at Salt Lake City. Was the first two definitive hardcovers of Powers. It's a great book. It's a world where cops are actually tracking down and arresting superpowered people, and there's this great effect that'll look awesome on the show, where to show that they're in the interrogation room, they have a machine that nullifies all superpowers, and all it is that the entire room, they just colored it green. So it meant that the green light above them was absorbing all their powers. And so in the TV show, it'll be awesome because all interrogations will be done in a room hopefully that's just solid green lighting.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a great book, Doc. You should at least read the first one, Who Killed Retro Girl. It's a good story because the book starts off, of course, with a murder of a superhero, and then the two cops trying to figure out who did it.
Interesting.
So I'll wrap up this list that's huge. I don't want to read them all because it's a hella long list. You can go to Newsarama and check it out. The last one that we'll talk about is there's an untitled Walking Dead spinoff that has been officially greenlit. We just don't know when it's coming out. That will presumably not have the same characters as the TV show. Cash Grab. I'm going to call it Cash Grab.
I think that is
That one I like. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I said that feels like an appropriate name.
Yeah. It is a cash grab, but in the same way, I like it because Kirkman says he's going to create all new characters. It'll have no reference to the comics, and it's The Walking Dead's the #1 show in cable history. Why not do a spinoff? Nothing has had more people tune into it, so a spinoff is not a bad idea. And even if it is a cash grab, we might get some awesome, more zombie stories from Robert Kirkman, which I'm all for.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be interesting. But looking at the time, we've got about 5 minutes left, so we'll just wrap in our traditional way of sharing what we've been getting into, what we are getting into, and all that assorted crap. I'm going to toss to Naki first, as Anthony shows all his Powers books.
I
And then the
am.
hardcover volume 1 and 2. Pretty.
I have been awarding myself for doing homework by watching episodes of The Blacklist, which has been a terrible decision because now I don't want to do my homework. I just want to watch The Blacklist.
And it's such a good show.
It backfired on you.
It really did, and it's a great show. I am addicted. I think I'm 13 episodes in right now. I'm trying to convince boyfriend it is a show he needs to watch.
If
But
only
he
for the
doesn't-
fact that James Spader is incredibly awesome in that show.
He's really good as a good guy, bad guy.
Yeah, Red is a fantastic character.
Yeah, he's really well written. James Spader plays it very well. The whole show is really well written. I mean, there was a couple of moments where I'm like, really, that's how you would react? Because that's not how a normal person would react. But I think it's one of those shows that I hope doesn't get overplayed. You know, how when NBC has something good and they make it last for way too long. I hope that it's not one of those situations. I hope that they do the Breaking Bad and they see the end coming and they end it.
I think NBC realized they had a gold mine with this show, and they've been very smart about it so far because, like, 5 episodes in, they signed it for a second season. Halfway through the season, they got signed a syndication deal, so they know people are wanting to see this show, but they need to be smart with it. And the writers on this show, they're damn good.
They're really good. So I'm hoping that they don't. Like I said, I hope they go with the Breaking Bad and they see the end, so they take the end. And that's it. It doesn't continue. Doesn't need to go on from there. It just ends.
Yeah, I hope it has a good ending because it's definitely set up to have a really nice wrap up, to where you have a certain number of secrets, finish everything off, and then be done. It could be an awesome 3 or 4 season show.
I don't want it to be a How I Met Your Mother. Was that NBC? No, that was CBS.
It was CBS.
CBS.
What was the one on NBC that just went on for too long? The
Friends?
Office. No, Friends didn't go on for too long. I like all of Friends. I think. I don't think there's an
Friends was
episode of
perfect.
Friends. I thought The Office went on for too long. Parks and Rec is ending this year. But yeah, I mean, NBC has a tendency, just like most major networks, where they're like, "Oh, this is good. Let us continue it until nobody is watching it ever again."
Yeah. Once it's making them money, they do tend to hold on to shows.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping it doesn't go that route. Other than that, I'm just doing a whole lot of homework and losing at games at Dave and Buster's. Yes.
Yeah. So
Well, all person and children.
I'll go next.
Yes.
I have been playing fantasy football with some of the people that are on this show. One, Mr. Anthony Bachman. I'm going to give him a tip right now and say it's been announced that Arian Foster will not play against the Giants this week. So I recall you were worried about that. You might want to change your lineup. I'm not playing him this week, so I'm giving free tips.
I just put it back on.
Yep. I just saw 30 minutes ago on Twitter, as I'm backtracking to see if my players are active, that Arian Foster will not be playing, and everyone listening does not give a crap about any of that, so I'm going to skip on and say I've been playing Diablo 3 on my Xbox One a lot, and I'm still really enjoying it. I'm in the adventure mode right now, so I'm just going around slaying monsters and getting cool, badass equipment so I can go play online with more people. I think I'm actually going to do something evil today, and the Adahay will hate me about it, because I'm going to go to GameStop and trade in my old iPhone, because they're going to give me a ridiculous amount of cash for how old it is, and I'm going to pre-order Disney Infinity 2.0. Side note, I did briefly speak to Adahay on Facebook last week when it was announced that Microsoft was buying Mojang, and he was not angry about it. He said, meh, they haven't really done anything in 2 years anyways.
Wow, Adahay's not angry about something?
I know, I was shocked.
Did they start medicating him? Is that what happened after he left? He left and started
We
taking
do need
medication.
more Adahay updates. I will say that. We do need more Adahay updates.
I'll talk to him here and there. The other thing I've been really getting into, I haven't been playing much besides Diablo 3, and on my tablet, I've been playing WWE Supercard, which is like their version of Hearthstone, basically. And I'm addicted to this game.
Is it a card game?
It's a card game. I've not dropped 1 red cent into the game, and I have played over 700 rounds of the game right now, I just realized today, and I'm trying to... They're doing this big contest on there right now where you can get ranked, and the higher you rank, the more free stuff you get when this challenge is over. And I've been playing the crap out of it, and it's my go-to game when I'm just like half paying attention to what's on TV or I'm just chilling out in the evenings. It's been really fun. So if you like battle-based card games almost, it's very similar to Hearthstone. Go check out like WWE Supercard. It's free on iOS and Android. You can pay money to buy more packs of cards, but you get free cards after every match. It's fun. I can't.
Like I need another game.
It's a good casual game, and I'm glad it didn't exist when I was in school because I'd have probably played it during class. No joke. Exactly.
I'm actually buying it. I decided I'm buying Borderlands the pre-sequel.
I'm not exactly surprised to hear that. Oh, and I did this week pre-order my copy of Batman Arkham Knight. I got the badass one that comes with the Batman statue because I didn't want the Batmobile because it was too expensive. So, yeah, go team. What have you been getting into, Anthony? And I'm sure we get your comic update right now, too.
Indeed, yeah. I made it through that giant stack of books. All the Spider-Man books are still kicking ass. Spider-Man 2099, amazing. Superior Foes, which sadly will be ending in December, but still an awesome book. Bo Plushy Gangsta from Action Lab Danger Zone wrapped up with the 4th issue. Still one of like the funniest things ever done and extremely adult, but a great book. Skyward by Jeremy Dale. The war is going down. There's some good stuff there. It's an old school adventure, a kid and his dog, and just badass stuff happening in the fantasy land. Wade's character, Jeddah, has been rebooted as the younger version of herself in Shinobi Ninja Princess. It's an awesome all-ages book, and I happen to get the awesome cover from Tressa Bowling of Boku Pop. Black Science is still one of the weirdest books out there, but if you like crazy sci-fi shit, it's the best crazy sci-fi book being done. Kyle Higgins, the guy that did Nightwing, his book Cal about an organization, a union of superheroes in Chicago. One of the coolest stories I've ever read, and where it's going 4 issues in is super interesting. There's some crazy shit going on, and yeah, it's weird seeing basically like superheroes run like a business that are also trying to protect the towns where like people are going on strike, shit like that. Very cool concepts, and yeah, it's a really fun book, and the art on it is great too. And then I have to say the best book in the universe. It's right there on the cover. Nothing Beats Invincible. Robert Kirkman, everybody loves The Walking Dead. This is what he does with superheroes. And Robert Kirkman does shit with superheroes that no one's ever thought of doing. And this issue fucking killed it.
How much a month do you spend on comic books, Anthony?
About $200. I get about $100 every 2 weeks on payday.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, that's because I cut down my pull list. It used to
I cut down mine too, and I'm at like 140 in a month, and I need to cut it down again.
I cut it down to where I'm at 40 a month.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't do that at all. Yeah, there was a point when I was making some really good money where I was picking up roughly $350 worth of issues a month. Like I have an addiction, people. It's a bad thing, but I love it because
you can admit
unlike crack, yeah. But I have something to show for it. I have a room that's got 29 long boxes full of comics in it, so it's not the worst addiction to have, and it's not the unhealthiest addiction to have.
I mean, it's like you could be addicted to crack. It could be a lot worse.
Yeah, exactly. Crackheads ain't got nothing to show. They just have an empty fucking house with a mattress on the floor. I got a room filled with motherfucking comic books.
You can build
that my wife will
out of that.
happily auction off the day I die. Yeah. It would make a good size fort. It really would. I'm about to reorganize everything. It's going to take so much work. But yeah, I just benched Arian Foster and started Darren Sproles. Yes.
I'm here to help.
Take down the wife because
I got to help you beat your wife.
Yeah, I'm facing Password as Taco. We have the joke on the league is that an 8-man league is fucking weak, and we have a 6-man league, so we're even weaker. So
We're even weaker.
It's pathetic, and I'm in 6th place because I'm fucking 0-2. So I at least need to beat my damn wife. That's right, people. It's all about beating my wife this weekend.
Thanks,
beat
Red
my
Rice.
wife today.
Oh, dear Lord.
Wise, whoopings are coming. Yeah, other than that, just getting my workout in, getting ready for Halloween, trying to lose this gut so I can look slim and trim in my Halloween costume at work. Everybody at our work, we're trying to get a group of 5 or 6 people together to all be cast of Firefly. So,
Oh,
cool.
nice.
Or it might end up being really bad. We don't know yet.
It'll be fun. That's all that matters there.
One of the ladies at work is knitting my hat for me, so I'm stoked.
That's nice.
Yay!
Everyone needs a Jane Cobb hat.
I think so, yeah.
Truth.
There's truth in that. But I think that's going to wrap us up for this week. I don't think we have much else left to talk about. Anyone else have any parting shots before we leave? I just looked at the time and saw we're running over.
I hate everybody.
Naki hates everybody.
I love Tim Tom!
Oh, Tim Tom.
You can come babysit him sometime.
Falcon Punch! On that note, we're going to get out of here. Don't forget that you can catch us live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central. Do the math from there. Over at live.atgnpodcast.com. And you can find all of our old episodes on atgnpodcast.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you all next week. And a big thank you to our Peanut Gallery for joining us this week. I apologize. I did not read as much comments as I should have. So feel free to beat me up on that, and I'll be better next week. But until then, we're getting the F out of here.
Bye.
Goodbye!